Greetings, everyone. We're doing a little replay review, I guess, but it's my battle. I can only have good battles if I'm not recording. That's what it feels like sometimes, and this was certainly one of them. But this was a fun battle. Me and a B-29C, a hole puncher down there against 262, Holy Crusader, and a Jawa Raz or Faral. I think he's been in one of my other videos as well. I need to reach out to Raz and see how to pronounce his name, but for the time being, we'll call him Raz. So I'm trying to finish up the MiG-9 here. Really excited about the MiG-15. I love the cannon configuration. I love the mix of firepower, maneuverability, and speed, and it's just really a fun plane. So Hole Puncher is going to head over that way to the command center, and I am going to head over here into the middle. I'm not sure if I'll see the Jawa here or not, but I figured this is the right place to start at. And then from here, I can head over somewhere else. I did tell Hole Puncher in the chat, hey, if you, I think, did I already say that? Yeah, if the 262 starts hunting you, let me know. That's my primary concern for the match, right, is that somehow, if the 262 just latches on and tries to knock him down, that could decap one of these or flip one of them in their favor. I also think that's probably why Hole Puncher did not go immediately to the mining plant, just in case he's being headhunted. So I think that was probably a smart move if that's what he did. It's fairly easy for the B-29 to cap this, right? So best to start out over here, grab this, and then move on, since there's not an enemy player to do this. And even if there is an enemy player to do this, maybe that's just the best strategy. If you're a bomber pilot, maybe let me know if that was probably Hole Puncher's plan or not in here. I've started up high as I can in the MiG-9, and the plan is just to dive on whatever is climbing, or pick out a target that's up high. The AA has kicked in. There's an F6U below me. There's the 109G below me as well. But I'm kind of keeping an eye on the 250 right now, just trying to decide what to do. And then I decide to dive out against this aircraft, which is moving fairly slow. And unfortunately, I don't quite finish him up, but close enough. He is on fire. He's going to burn himself out. And then I take a few pot shots at the other one. Because of that, and because of the bots, there's this immediate flipping of the zone, which is wonderful. We got everything done immediately that we needed to get done. And I see Holy Crusader is here with me, so I'm going to try and deal with him first, despite the fact there's all these in here. He's kind of what I want to deal with. Open fire a little too far on that one, by the way. I've been playing around with this technique or dynamic of waiting until 500 meters to open fire, especially with some of these guns that have a reputation as being a little more inaccurate, which includes the 37 on this one. And I started there, I think, at 650 meters, and because of that, it's a problem. It's also a problem because I didn't anticipate the XP-72 latching onto me like it did. And unfortunately, at 350 meters, I'm going to lose some HP here, and it's not going to be fun. I try to circle out kind of this rollover barrel, right, that I'm doing here. But unfortunately, he just kind of sticks with me. And I pull up, and nothing's working, right? Just one of those frustrating moments where, I've just been completely locked onto. And so I decided to go up this way, but unfortunately my energy is just higher than his. I can't reverse him because I'm always going to be faster than him. And this is a weakness in some of these jet aircraft, especially the early ones. When you're facing prop aircraft, it's much easier for them to break than it is for you to break, especially if, like most of us, you don't have the thrust mapped anywhere on your keyboard, right? To be able to do 0% thrust, just turn the engines off. I can flap, but that's about it. So I'm almost dead anyway, and I'm like, all right, here's the part where I got to make a decision. Do I just die to one of these guys? Because I don't want to cause points to have to be lost in the zone. And unfortunately, I think I've avoided the XP-72, and the BVP is now locked on, and I'm going to cost us 60 points right there, which is painful. Not what I wanted to do. Down I go. Fortunately, we get one of those back as the XP-72 ends up dying. I don't know if it was an air defense aircraft or what. Hole Puncher showing us, by the way, that B-29s can do ridiculous things. This kills me that bombers are able to do this, right? That steep dive. Now, he's doing it to pick up speed, right? So he can get through the zone faster, which is great. And then I'm back in. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Do I want to go for the command center? Do I want to go back to the mid and try and recapture the airfield? And I decide, the reality is they haven't captured anything else either, other than me contributing to the flip of the airfield, which was definitely a mistake. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to this command center and hopefully get it flip-flopped. I'm also have a concern, by the way, that since Hole Puncher's over here, the other 262, the one actually manned by a pilot, is going to be headed over here to take him out. So I figure for the time being, we're just going to join forces. I can quick pop both of these guys, get us 120 capture points, and then maybe move on. .262 is out. There's only 10 points left. This guy can be the last of it. I probably should have cleared... oh, there we go. The other ADA was cleared by my teammates. So now we're good. We got this. And I'll push on to the airfield and see if I can do it. In between zones, again, one of the best things you can do is gain altitude. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using a little bit of boost I have left. I've got a 25-degree incline here, just going up as best I can. I'm a little concerned about the Jawa here. That's massive firepower. So I'm going to see if I can rake him in this pass. I am under the impression that I can turn faster than him. And I will say right now, I don't think that was true altogether. I got him here, but later in the match it's going to be a problem. So, fortunate for me, he was not looking at me, and I am able to kind of lag roll out enough to get the job done with the cannons. BVP scares me a little bit since it got me last time, and I'm not sure where he is on the rocket reload. So despite the fact the Crusader's up there, I'm going to go down here. It's a calculated risk, but he is up high. He is focused on the BVP. And if he wants to come down low and deal with me, then, we can talk about that then, right? The other nice thing is we were so on the cusp of getting the points that I thought, if I can just get this zone flipped, even if I go down, we've got the zone. And as it turns out, he's got the 211 on his tail. And that's a problem for all of us because you saw the 211 just delete him right there with one shot or a pair of shots. So now we've got the airbase and the command center, and I see the mining plant still isn't captured. And I don't know where Hole Puncher is, but I don't think that's him. I think he's behind me. Yeah, he's right behind me. I'm going to lead the charge over here and see if I can't decap this thing a little bit to give us a fighting chance at it. So initially, I decide I'm going to go for the RB-17. The MiG-9 has enough firepower to deal with that. A down-tiered bomber. It's also got a little bit of its HP already gone. And again, I opened fire too soon. I really should be waiting for... So I do split the guns right there and just do the 23s at first. And that leaves me just enough cooldown on the 37s to go ahead and rock him right there. Man, this is going to be... You know what? Let's do this. This is going to be the thumbnail you guys watch. That's the magic in action right there. All right, so we do have the Ju-288 here. I'm pretty sure I can handle him as well. I'm just diving a little bit to get outside of his guns. I'm going to do what I can. Again, I'm switching to just the 23s, and because it's a longer range, those 23s do have a much better range on them than 37. Having done that, I'm going to dive. I'm going to let him re-enter the zone. I've got time here. I'm being patient. We're up now on points, so I can afford to give it some time. I don't want to stall myself out either. So again, just letting the 37s cool a little bit so I get under that 500, and then boom. And this should be 60 of the 70 points we need. And Hole Puncher has just dropped some bombs across the middle, so that will do that. I do notice Holy Crusader is here. I'm again worried about him going after Hole Puncher, so I'm going to stick to his tail. He's up against the boundary of the map, so he dove away, which is the right thing, but he dove away at an angle that put him at the edge of the map, which forces him to turn, bleed speed, and that's going to make him vulnerable to me. Again, I'm trying to keep that 37 at close range, but sometimes I forget. I'm still learning the discipline to do that. I'm sure some of you are in that place as well. But there we go. And I'm not sure Crusader even saw me back there, if I'm being honest, because it didn't seem like he took any evasive maneuvers there. This zone is unlocked, and I don't want to lose it, so I'm going to go after the BVP. at least make a pass on him, see what I can do to get him off the 262, because I don't want them to get an easy 60 points in this zone. Thankfully, I'm able to do that. So that's a point where generally I like to be an offensive player capping zones, but in this case, I see we're at a real danger of losing 60 of the 120 points in the most, effective zone on the map. And so I can kill 30 seconds to reverse that situation, right? Ensure that we keep those 60 points and that my teammate, even though it's a bot teammate, stays alive. We're now at 282 to 156, 4 zones to 1. I feel fairly confident at this point. The 262 has not shadowed RB29. I've only seen the Jawa once, and I've been able to put him down. So I feel like right now it's just a matter of gaining some XP, right? Taking out some enemy aircraft as best I can to make sure that we stay in the lead and finish the match. I do see Crusader, but I know I need to kind of lure him in. And so I'm just kind of going to do this. And then I'm going to force him to come in closer. And then I'm going to spiral out. You see me going up. So this is to force him to overshoot. So he's going much faster than me because he's been diving. And I'm just going to do a little spiral. And he does the right defensive tactic. When he sees what I'm doing, he extends and escapes. And that is absolutely the right move. If you see a light fighter doing this to you, or in any, even if it's light fighter to light fighter, right? If you see someone trying to kind of trap you, force you to overshoot, extending and getting away is absolutely the best move, right? Reset the fight. You got to do that a lot to make sure that you come out on top. So the XP-72 again, and unfortunately run right into one of my air defense aircraft. Thankfully, it's a wing clip, and so I don't lose all that much HP, nor does he. So we've got this area pretty sealed. The command center is halfway gone, and squall line is here, so I need to be careful. But we are up a good bit, and so I'm not too worried about it. Because it's squall line, and because I don't want to lose aircraft, I'm trying to get to this F6U Pirate before he takes out my Messerschmitt 262. I do get a crit on him, which forces him to come off of the 262. It's a part of bot behavior. Not everyone knows about, but if you get a crit, it does tend to force them to reset and take defensive actions. Or if they're chasing you in a bomber or something with a tail gunner, getting that crit will have them force them to peel off for the most part. So now I've saved that. I put them down 1. They're down 2 aircraft. We're down 2 aircraft. And I've already got 14, which is great, including 7 while defending and a couple of zones captured. So very exciting. I'm going to head this way and see if I can knock out the bomber. Because I think with 1 less bomber in the equation, that would be lovely for keeping them out of the ability to kind of cap again, right? Unfortunately, while I'm over here doing this in my overconfidence, Crusader has dropped Hole Puncher. So I'm a little worried about that now. I do see we have a bomber flight incoming to recapture the garrison over there. And then hopefully if I can keep this up, another one there. But the reality is we're 180 points from winning. And again, if you do some quick math, all I need to do is make sure we get done before that mining plant rolls over. Because even if the mining plant rolls over, it's not a victory, but that does make it closer, right? It gives them, that's their window to start the comeback, is if they can get that mining plant to roll over and get those extra points. So I've got 9 points every 5 seconds. I need 180 points to win. That means I need 20 passes of the points, 20 times 5 seconds, 100 seconds. I've got 1:40 before the match is over, assuming all goes well. I guess the sectors don't change from where they're at now. I did realize after I did this, oh gosh, the F2H is here, the I-250 is here, but I also see there's the RB-17. I'm like, great, let's go ahead and get these two. Hole Puncher, good communication, lets me know he's out, just in case I haven't been watching the map. Get my kills stolen there by one of the bots. But I tell him I think it's going to be fine. They've only got 4 aircraft left. Both of their bombers are out, and so I'm confident. Even if we don't retake the mining plant, I think we'll be fine in terms of getting this match over. I just tell him, okay. I probably should have said that's cool. I think we'll be fine without it. But again, this is going down. Oh yeah, I did say I think we'll be fine. Let's say I thought I told him that. So this is pretty much going to ride it out. I see the XP-72 below. I'm going to try and get one more kill before time is out. Unfortunately, another multi-roll, the Jawa, just popped up behind me, and I didn't really see that. I was kind of like, hey, good, easy street, right? We're almost out. I overshoot the XP72, which is my fault. I was speeding into that dive a little bit and shouldn't have. I decided to roll around the Jawa, figuring, okay, I'm just going to pass him and just go up and do this. And again, my fault. I'm not entirely sure what I did wrong there. The Jawas are surreally maneuverable, especially when the bots have control of him. So I figure I'll just pull him up and stall him out. Unfortunately, that doesn't work. So I'm going to use this and see if I can outturn him. That doesn't work either. And I'm just going to lose to a bot Jawa here to kind of round out the night, because why not? So my best bet was to keep that 900 and just 900 kph and just extend and leave. I had it in my head that I could probably outmaneuver him, but again, the maneuverability on those Jawas is pretty crazy. They just have good rudder, good nose authority, and so that rear-mounted engine really means you can thrust into your turns, right? Which is really helpful as well, especially the amount of rudder control they have. However, we are 9 points from winning this game, which means we are 5 seconds from winning this game. Nothing can change the outcome at this point. So just me being a little sloppy at the end. I wish I had that one back, and it's probably my biggest disappointment of the match. Second to that being, of course, the fact that I ran out of protection. I did not stick close enough to Hole Puncher, and the 262 was able to get him after Squall Line there. So I probably should have been a little more on my toes for that. So did good here. 8 in defense, 15 total, 275 capture points, grade 1 fighter. Pulled down Conqueror, Akamatsu, Winged Legend, McCampbell, and all these other ones. So this was a fun match. I enjoyed it. It was a good 2v2. And I thought it was going to be maybe a little closer than it was originally, just depending on how the 262 played the game. And fortunately, we were able to kind of pull that out. So there you go. I enjoyed it. Thought it was a fun match with some interesting little tidbits in it. And it was the best match I've had in a while. It's really been a struggle. I did finish specializing the 109G last night. So I'm excited to have that done. And I'll be going back to the MiG-9 and the Key 162 full-time to finish them out and add 2 more Tier 10s to my garage, something I'm long overdue doing. So I hope you guys are doing well in the tasks this weekend. The G4 marathon is over, so maybe you're taking a break from that this weekend. If so, that's fine. I get it. Do a little reset and R&R before whatever comes down next down the pipe. In terms of all that, I would like to do a JLA video for you at some point. A couple of people already have, so you can check on the videos section of the Discord and pull those out. But it is a fun aircraft, and you've picked it up and wondering what to do with it, or you want to see how to counter it. I do want to do a video about that in the coming week, as well as another replay. So enjoy your weekend, your long weekend, your holiday weekend. Have a good time with it. And if you are playing World of Warplanes, good luck and good hunting, and I hope to see you in the skies.